A defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Receiver. Set. Blue 80. Ready.
Now a handoff. This is Stewart. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. And that's complete to Lewis. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Now the first running back drafted this year, it's Saquon Barkley. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Dancing to his left. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one, and let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get-off on the snap, jump too quickly.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Following the penalty, here's Stewart. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Into the red zone now. Manning. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Howe. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Lamar Miller. He's at the 50. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. A huge play there for Houston. 47 yards on the ground. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 41.
Richmond. 10. Green, the line. Green, the line.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Throw left side complete. It's Fuller. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Watson now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10.
Down. Black 22. Black 22.
On 1st down, Watson. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Black the line. Green the line. Green the line.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Third and 2, Watson shrugs him off, flush to his right, and he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter. And the first play will be a field goal try from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field. Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Now out come the Giants. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Now Manning throwing on second down. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Tuck it and run. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Barkley. And some space here. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
And you remember pre-draft, there's a lot of speculation that the Giants should look for their future quarterback at number 2 with a great possibility. Remember, Sam Darnold from USC was still on the board, but they passed on him to take this runner, Saquon Barkley. And this is exactly why. They think he can extend the life of Eli Manning's career and give them 1,000-yard seasons year after year.
They haven't had a 1,000-yard season since 2012. Ahmad Bradshaw did it there. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on second and goal. Now they'll throw it with Manning. And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. Rosas good with the extra point, and we are even at 10 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down, here's Watson. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a third down. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on second down, and that leads to a tough third down call.
Richmond! Hey! Blue 80! Blue 80!
Throwing on third down, Watson going deep for Hopkins. And got his man complete. They chalked that one up as a gain of 34 on third down.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. A first down carry now for Miller. And he spins through. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there.
Down! Black 22! Black 22!
Now it's Watson. A quick hitter, complete. It's Fuller. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they will take the lead at 13-10. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Well, those Giant fans, you know that they love seeing Saquon Barkley wearing their jersey, but it's interesting. He actually grew up a Jets fan.
Yeah, I wonder what his dad was thinking. What Big Al was thinking on draft night. Had to be so happy for his son. But they grew up watching Jets games. Just sit together, watch it. In fact, Dad has a Jets tattoo.
Yes.
Okay, so that tells you about how much he loves it.
And Stewart lost the football. It's loose. And the Texans scoop it. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Come back, come back. Down. Green the line. Green the line.
To throw on second is Watson. And this one is incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. As they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 4th down, here's the veteran Shane Leckler to punt it away. Saquon Barkley deep to return. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
On 1st down, Manning looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Odell Beckham as the first half is winding down. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Rosas now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now out comes Houston. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a play fake here on first down. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A very solid gain of 27. Watson on first down. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. The final shot before the break. Watson being chased out left. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it to that field and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now a handoff to Miller. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. The tackle by Janoris Jenkins.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Olivier Vernon in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? A shotgun snap for Watson. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands. unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Leckler now on as he'll punt this away. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. A handoff to Barkley. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Zebra.
They fake the handoff. Now Manning. And Ingram holds it in. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Now Stewart on first down. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
On play action, now Manning. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked out by Dylan Cole. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Here's a give to Miller. And he's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Down! Black 22! Black 22!
Here's Watson now on second down. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Throwing now is Manning. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Pulled in at the 24. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a 1st down throw. Watson setting up the screen for Miller. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. After the penalty, it's Miller. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Here's Watson looking to throw on 2nd down. And he rifles one incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Green the line! Green the line!
Watson hands this to Foreman. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. And the Giants ready to come out now. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Stewart. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Shotgun now for Manning. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. It's taken to the 26. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And that will come the offense as they take over. And the Texans set to come onto the field.
They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Now a run. This is Alfred Blue. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Back now here on EA Sports. Watson off play action. He'll buy some time right. He's got it complete to Braxton Miller. And he is down deep into Giant territory. A huge play there for Houston. 43 yards. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. This is Miller. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Here's Foreman. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 1st and 10, here's Manning. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off inside the 10. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Richmond. Green the line. Green the line. Black 99 Philly. Black 99 Philly.
After the interception, here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Sometime in this fourth quarter, someone on defense is going to have to step up and force a turnover.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Watson hands to Miller on the draw. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd down and 12.
Down. Black 22. Richmond. Black 22.
From the gun, here's Watson. He can run for it, and he will. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
On 1st down, Watson. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dalvin Tomlinson able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard.
They can't stop us, baby. Every time there's a sack. Come on, fellas.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The last two plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Out of the gun, Watson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
Forces 4th down. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape. 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
That's it, baby.
Manning now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
0-0.
Manning now on 1st down. Trying to lay one up deep. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Manning again here on 2nd and 10. Open man right side is Ingram. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And the kick by Rosas is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, Watson. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. He got 29 yards that time. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
They'll run with Foreman. And some room to work. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Manning will try again on 2nd down. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Manning again. And that's complete to Lewis. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. From midfield, here's Manning. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. DJ Reader in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off around the 37, and he'll take it across midfield and down the 48-yard line.
I'll obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
Down. Black 22. Black 22. Watch the run. Watch the run. South, baby. That's baby south.
And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Texans, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.